Law firms and in-house teams are hiring people specifically to handle their legal technology needs. So
Okay.
you're getting innovation managers, you're getting project managers, legal technologists, but these roles are starting to pay more and more, and there's high demand for good individuals. So I do think that the salaries will continue to go up.
Talking about the skills, what are the main skills that today legal employers are looking for,
Lawyers are having to become more and more multi-skilled.
including project management and
Project
tech savvy?
management as well.
Tech savvy is not anymore a luxurious, right, skill on the CV. Jeremy, you are a lawyer. You are the founder and CEO of Jameson Legal, helping lawyers to find work, to manage their careers worldwide. You are the UK ambassador of the European Legal Tech Association. Welcome to this episode of Tech for Legal.
Thank you, Feras. It's really great to see you and to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I should say I'm a recovering lawyer rather than a practicing lawyer now. I haven't actually practiced for many years, but what I am very keen to do is use my experience of having been a lawyer and my experience of the industry to help others to get the best role that they can. As part of that, learning about legal technology and how it's affecting the industry is I think a tool that I can use to help people to improve their careers, and it's certainly changing things in the legal industry.
I suggest that we do a quick jump into some hot topics, like in the legal space and legal innovation. As you know, AI and legal tech are disrupting the legal space, with legal innovation. You are an expert hiring lawyers in different industries. So from your expertise, what is the impact on the demand in this particular market?
I think there's quite a few things there to actually sort of talk about. So you've got specific roles which are being created focused on technology. You've also then got the effect on practicing lawyers, how technology is affecting their work and their day-to-day. You've also got other aspects to this where new law firms are being created digitally. So they're remote only, people can work from around the world. So legal tech and technology itself is affecting the legal industry massively. AI is only going to move that forwards hugely. In terms of people's careers, I think that there's going to be some exciting changes. So law firms and in-house teams are hiring people specifically to handle their legal technology needs. So you're getting innovation managers, you're getting project managers, legal technologists.
What is the profile of such people? I mean, you're talking about new roles, you mean in the legal teams and in law firms?
Yeah, the profiles can be quite different, actually. So in some instances, firms want somebody who's been a practicing lawyer but wants to focus more on technology, maybe building technology products together with the IT tech-savvy individuals as well, who you can work with to build products for clients, to build products for their own firm, or just to best roll out tech that they're bringing into the firm. So these types of roles, they tend to be, I would say, for more junior lawyers, unless there's a real specialism. For example, somebody wants to build a real estate focused piece of technology or apply that to clients. They might use, an ex-real estate lawyer for that who has an interest in it. But generally, it's younger people entering the industry.
The legal tech and this disruption of the legal space is creating new roles, or the law firms are obliged to follow this trend in order to adapt their methodologies to this new work. So
yeah, I think a lot of it depends on the size of the firm and whether they feel that they can bring these types of teams in-house. Obviously, for the large firms, they can throw a lot of resources at it. They can bring in experts and build large teams that can actually build their own software, or, as I said, just be responsible really for the technology that's within the firm, and also to be evaluating technology that's being introduced to the firm. All those types of skills can be new to very traditional law firms.
yes,
I think it's difficult, particularly for smaller firms and teams, to think about in making these types of investments, because you're adding headcount. This type of expertise, if it comes in and then that person leaves, it can cause issues. So it's not necessarily a role that has to be taken up by a firm. Firms could choose just to rely on the technology that's out. Something like App for Legal, for example, offers a lot of different tools. So firms can actually easily roll that out for their teams, and they can use it and actually rely on the third-party help that you can provide to allow people to adopt that technology. So it's not a necessity that firms have to build these teams. And having a very good legal operations manager, someone taking responsibility for bringing that all together and having a team that works with them, I think works really well.
Yes.
We see a lot of this in in-house teams because they're a bit further advanced down the line generally in terms of digital transformation in their companies. So they take responsibility of that. And that's obviously very big, for example, in the US. You've got a lot of operations managers within those big corporations, etc., and now within law firms as well. So I think even for mid-sized and smaller firms, there's room for someone like that to come in and take responsibility, and that's worth its weight in gold, I think.
And is it mandatory to have this particular role as a legal operation having a law background, or it can be?
I think you can come in it from
engineering background, or
either more of a tech background or even an operational background, moving into this space, as long as you're comfortable with dealing with technology. Obviously, you also get lawyers who are very comfortable with technology, and they actually want to move away from a practicing role into something more focused on technology. So we're starting to see some of that. One issue is, in some instances, the salary levels, because obviously those lawyers that are billing a lot of money, they're paid very well, and it can be hard to transition into a non-billing role. But these roles are starting to pay more and more, and there's high demand for good individuals. So I do think that the salaries will continue to go up. And
so to monetize this kind of back office roles is to help to maximize the efficiency on the utilization ratio of the billable lawyers, right?
Yes. And then there's a number of ways they can do that. So they can make their own lawyers more efficient, but they can also help to develop tools or processes which help their clients, which they can actually sell to their clients, make it a profitable venture in itself, or sell to their competitors. You even see law firms creating tools or processes that competitors will purchase from them, or their clients will purchase from them. So it's not just about saving money, it's about making money as well in different areas. So I think that sometimes the teams that are being built might not necessarily get the credibility and the respect and the rewards that they will deserve and they will get going forwards, because I think law firms particularly will see the value that they bring, and there'll be a demand for these people, so
interesting. Talking about the skills, what are the main skills that today legal employers are looking for?
In terms of on the technology side, or
of hiring
generally?
No, hiring lawyers.
Yeah.
What are the main skills they are looking for in the newcomers, in fact, when they hire a legal employer?
I think there's a mixture of skills. I think that they certainly want to have people that have a strong technical background in the law. That means that they have gained the skills to be able to do the specific job that they are doing. So if they're, for example, a litigator, they've got deep understanding of the rules and regulations surrounding litigation and the processes. They've got experience of, handling matters, etc. So, but when you get to a certain point, that's taken as read. The next thing is about their personal skills as well. Are they capable of working as a team player? Also, they're expected to have strong business development skills. So by having strong personal capabilities, you're probably going to be a better business developer. Other skills they want are now technology skills. So are you used to dealing with certain products, software products? Are you competent in it? Can you handle a team that are using these products as well? So lawyers are having to become more and more multi-skilled,
including project management and tech savvy. Tech savvy is not anymore a luxurious, right, skill on the CV.
Exactly.
It's becoming the must-have.
Exactly. I think project management is an incredible skill for people to develop and to utilize, and it's really in high demand because, legal matters, they are projects, from start to finish. So you need to know how to manage that project effectively, efficiently, quickly for your clients who are very demanding.
To zoom in on the hiring part, what do you say for lawyers? I would say more specifically the mid-level lawyers and paralegal who are saying they are risking to lose their jobs with this AI and legal tech, tsunami.
I think that it is a very sort of worrying thing for people in any job, when new technology comes in, and we've seen it before. But I think a key point is that law firms have already been going through a transition over the years already. So, years ago when I started, I was working as a paralegal with a huge group of paralegals doing document review. That whole document review sector has changed massively.
Absolutely.
And so you don't get as many paralegals anymore, and you're getting vertical structures rather than pyramid structures in law firms. However, the legal industry is still thriving. It's very profitable. There are more lawyers than I can remember there ever being. So these roles, are continuing to be built.
I agree.
So AI is going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a challenge in a few ways for everyone in their lives, and then for their specific
including the law,
specific job.
Yeah.
And law is not going to escape it. In fact, law is ripe for change, I think, anyway. So people are competing with the biggest law firms, and yet they might have a virtual law firm. So their cost base, by using technology, simple technology and more advanced technology, is allowing them to compete with much bigger entities and on a global basis. So that's an amazing thing in itself.
Also, we need to check the collaboration challenges or the impact on the collaboration between in-house legal teams and the private practice, the law firms. Do you see any change? Do you see any change in this relationship in the way they are staffing these external law firms, or collaborating with these law firms, or asking for the, negotiating the prices and these kind of things?
Yes. I think that there's a massive change that's occurred since COVID, that technology has had to advance for law firms to catch up in some ways the advances that were already taking place in in-house teams. Because in-house teams are part of bigger corporations that are going through digital transformations. Law firms have tried, because of the billable hour model, to keep things as they were for as long as they could. But COVID shook everything up and moved things forwards a long way. So now, if your competitors are offering a better service to in-house teams, you have to change with the times. You have to get more technology. You have to get a legal front door. You have to match up with some of the tools that these in-house teams are using themselves. And in-house teams are now becoming more demanding of their law firm.
And more equipped also. The in-house legal teams that are equipped also with AI solutions and some automation tools, so they can rely less on external services.
Exactly. It will continue that law firms need to be more in tune with what their clients want, essentially. And clients have more choice than ever. So these types of virtual law firms can win these clients from very big competitors because they can be cheaper, but they can have lawyers that have worked in the biggest firms joining their platforms and servicing these clients.
Absolutely.
So the big firms have to adapt. In some ways, they might use their power to invest in a lot of tech to give them an advantage. But conservative, bigger law firms are often not very good at that. They need to bring that talent into their firm or collaborate with smaller entities that can allow them to move faster. So I think it's really interesting. We work with different clients who have different approaches to legal technology. I personally feel that it's unlikely that individual firms will be able to beat technology companies at their own game. I think technology companies have a way of developing their software that law firms just won't be able to compete with. And there'll be quite a lot of consolidation and movement towards multiple tools rather than individual products or developing your own products. And so those winners, I think, will be the ones that can provide multiple solutions at a good cost, that are easily adaptable, and that people want to use within the firms, which is another major thing. So they've got to be, very usable, very easy to get to work with. And otherwise, lawyers just won't be able to adapt.
Thank you very much for this insightful talk. Looking forward for more and more discussions with you.
Thank you, Feras. It's been really great speaking with you. Thanks for inviting me along.